I have a serious problem with this movie. Now, you might be wondering why a single man in his mid-20s would have a problem with this somewhat beloved open season franchise from 2007. But in order to answer that, I gotta take you guys back to 2014, when I was a freshman in high school, and it was there where I met an angel. She was the most beautiful thing I had ever laid my eyes on. We would talk every morning before school, and we would meet up later at the local Starbucks almost every day after school. It was perfect. Trust me, the story does tie into what we're doing today, so just bear with me. But one random day at that Starbucks, her and I got to talking about animated movies for some reason. And in that conversation, we asked ourselves what animated character we reminded each other of. This was the moment. This was the time where if I picked the perfect character that described her, maybe this compliment could be my way out of the friend zone. Somehow. I mean, it's not like I could Riz her up. Riz wasn't even a thing back then. This was my only shot. But after thinking for ages, I finally came up with the one true character she reminded me of. Thumper from Bambi. It was perfect. It had to be perfect. A cute little bunny that everybody loves. It had to work. And it did.
Oh, Aaron, that is so sweet and you are so unbelievably handsome. You remind me of Elliot.
Who?
Elliot, the deer from Open Season, which by the way came out in 2006, not 2007, you dummy.
This guy? Him? The guy who looks one blunt away from being an addict? The guy who looks like a stick figure with antlers? Oh, sorry. One antler? I was so confused and just hurt and insulted. Was it something I said? Did I pick the wrong character? Was it because Thumper's technically a dude, so she thought I was calling her one? To be honest, probably. Either way, I was heartbroken, and it wasn't long after that we slowly drifted apart. It was in that moment that I decided never to fall in love again. It was also the moment I decided never to watch Open Season again. But on this channel, I'm here to face my fears and take risks. So we're gonna be watching Open Season. Something I was not aware of when I first started working on this video though, was that Open Season is a franchise. They made not one, not two, not even three, but 4 movies, with a 5th one on the way next year. Who is out here watching Open Season? Cause as far as I know, it's just gonna be me. Yeah. We're gonna watch all of them today, but we're gonna watch them with 3 goals in mind. Goal 1 is simply to watch all 4 of them. I fear that will be a challenge within itself. Goal 2 is what's the lore of Open Season? What's the 5th installment gonna be like? Is there an overarching story or is it just random stories? I don't actually know, but that's something I wanna find out. And then the 3rd and most important goal is why the fuck did my freshman year crush compare me to this fucker? Because honestly, I don't really remember this movie. I just remember being insulted by the comparison. So we're gonna dive deep into that. But without further ado, let's watch these movies. Sony wishes it was Pixar. So the first film begins with our main character, Boog, who is, well, a bear. And he lives with a lady named Beth who looks exactly like the older version of the girl from Monster House. I mean, come on, look at them. Tell me you don't see the resemblance. But he really likes to dance, and I think he low-key really wants to get with Beth. I mean, just look at this.
No, 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 no. No more treats for you. Not the face. Oh, no, not the eyebrows, too. No, it's not gonna work this time. Stop it.
This is not the way you act for treats. This is a freaky ass bear if I've ever seen one. Okay, I'm sorry to stop the movie so soon, but why the fuck does this shot go on for so long? And the one after, I'm not freeze framing this. This is playing in real time. Okay, now it finally switches. My God. Did they have to try to increase their runtime for this or something? Do they make more from a longer movie? I don't see how any company or person could deliberately stall their video to increase the watch time so that they could make more money from it. Or to get more watch time hours in so that eventually a channel could get monetized and then they could make money from that. That would be crazy. Anyway, so the plot is basically that hunting season, or open season, starts in 3 days, but Boog is a domesticated animal that does this like circus show thing, and this is where we meet our antagonist Shaw and our good old friend Elliot. I'm roadkill? Right off the bat. Really? The first thing I have to put on the list for Elliot is that he's roadkill.
Whew, that's nasty.
And that he smells bad. Great. So while Shaw and Beth argue in front of the sheriff, who I'll get to in a minute, but he sucks, Boog decides to rescue Elliot from Shaw's truck. But Shaw notices and he's literally about to start shooting his rifle.
The chalk. No shooting in town.
Sheriff, can you be a little more concerned? Like, I know gun laws are all over the place now and people can carry weapons and shit, but he was literally about to shoot in the middle of town. Why don't you do a little more than just, Shaw, don't. Like, what? Okay, we really need to talk about the rabbit situation in these movies. I have never seen a specific species so casually discriminated on and just straight bullied. They're the only animal that doesn't talk, and they're being constantly thrown around and used as objects. It is insane. Someone at Sony or Columbia Pictures definitely has it out for these little fuckers. Anyway though, Elliot comes by Boog and wants to pay him back for rescuing him by taking him for a night on the town.
Whoa, it's a whole woohoo village.
Okay, we need to talk about these freezers. Ice cream and juice. First of all, the ice cream freezer does not have ice cream. It only has soda and juice. The ice cream is at the bottom of the juice freezer, which also does not have juice. Instead, it only has ice cream, pizza, and holy shit, that's kids' cuisine. All right, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Kids' cuisine was fire. It was probably the most disgusting processed shit I've ever put into my body, but as a kid, it was one of the most god tier meals. Also, holy shit, Elliot can dance. He's rocking that Irish jig. At least I think that's what it is. Is that an Irish jig? Either way, I'll be straight up. That's a pro on Elliot's list, 100%. Speaking of dancing, it was this scene where I discovered the sheer importance of open season. Do you see Boog right here? Do you notice anything familiar, you internet heathens? Yeah, that's right. That is a straight copy and paste of the Among Us dance meme. They got that from this movie. Open season, I'm sorry I was so harsh on you a few minutes ago. I was not aware of your cultural impact on internet society. That's my bad. Anyway, so after Elliot and Boog trash the place, Boog gets arrested by the sheriff, which earns Elliot a trait of bad influence. Kinda harsh towards me and my character, not gonna lie. And he takes Boog home to Beth while he's the PG version of drunk, and Beth and the sheriff talk about how it might be time to put Boog in the wild. Which, by the way, they never talk about why he's not there. The movie literally starts off with the fact that Boog lives in the garage and Beth is his owner, and that's about it. No backstory, no reasoning behind it. Nothing. The next day, Boog gets mad at Elliot at one of Boog's shows and they start to have a little brawl. And then Shaw comes out of nowhere attempting to kill them once again.
Perfect. Shaw, drop that gun.
Okay, dude, seriously? Shaw has a gun in the middle of a crowd. I need you to have a little more urgency in your voice. Luckily though, Beth shoots Boog and Elliot with tranq darts before Shaw has a chance. Okay, that felt a little unnecessary, no?
Shaw, you're under arrest.
Okay, dude, I've had it with you. Do your fucking job. So the next part of the movie is Boog living in the wild. Beth and the sheriff say enough is enough and they decide to leave Boog and Elliot in the middle of the woods. There, Elliot and Boog make a deal where Elliot can lead Boog home if Boog lets Elliot become his new roommate in the garage. And this is where we meet some of the weirdest creatures I've ever seen on television, at least until the next couple movies.
Oi, this is McSquizzy's turf. Nobody messes with McSquizzy, because that's me. Fire!
What?
Isn't it peaceful out here, Bob? Oh, you're right, Bob. Let's not spoil the beauty of this moment with idle chatter.
Okay, we gotta talk about these people. Bob, blink twice if you're okay. And lady, please tell me what you're smoking, because there is no way this is your true normal self.
Some people can just jibber-jabber till the cows come home. What does that mean, Bob? Till the cows come home. Where have the cows been?
What?
What do you got?
Wood. What do you got?
Wood. You want to trade?
Okay, I fucking love the beavers.
Ridiculous. The woods is no place for a bear.
Dude, what did I say? My man just used the rabbits like towels. What is this specific discrimination? I don't get it.
He's a bit nervous. Never been quite, right since the Great Migration.
What happened?
What happened? Open season happened!
What? So unlike Boog, we do get to see a little bit of Elliot's past. For example, there's this doe named Giselle who he likes, and also apparently he was kicked out of his herd because no one likes him, and...
Hello, Smelliot. I called him Smelliot.
Okay, guys, I don't smell. I wear deodorant every day. I shower with proper body wash and soap. Why is his most common trait that he smells bad? Remember, this is the character that my crush compared me to. What the f-
Will you sing me that teddy bear picnic song?
Absolutely.
Once there was a magical elf who lived in a rainbow tree. He lived downstairs from a flagellant dwarf who was constantly having to pee.
He can't sing well either. The only positive thing about him so far is that he can do the Irish jig. The only other positive thing you could say is that he was voiced by Ashton Kutcher, which I feel like back in 2014 might have been a compliment, though I don't know about now with all that controversy, you know? Like, do people still like him? Do people hate him? I don't know. The internet changes their mind every day.
Come on, Mr. Weenie, beg. Bob, he won't listen. Bob, show him how to beg.
What is this?
You folks all right?
What?
He's one of them.
Who?
The enemy. It will start in small towns like Timberline. They will invade from burrows, caves. If I don't stop them, it'll be a total reversal of the natural order.
Okay, what the fuck are you smoking? That was the weirdest 20 seconds I've ever seen in my life. And I've watched the entirety of Secret Life of the American Teenager. Also, why does this man have the War for the Planet of the Apes mentality? That if he doesn't stop them, the animals are gonna take over. There's not even a virus for them to do that. They're just wild.
The moment you turn your back, he'll shiv you.
Oh, no, he can't. We had him fixed.
Huh?
You wanna find a man like my Ignacio? You gotta check your look.
What are you talking about, Rosie? I'm black and white. I go fine with everything.
You go fine with everybody.
What?
Oh, you don't even know where we're going.
Yo! Wahoo! Got him, Lorraine! Ha!
All right, chill, Negan. So Shaw eventually finds Boog and Elliot, and there's this whole waterfall chase scene, which leads to every animal finding themselves at the bottom of the mountain, which is bad because open season is about to start, making them all vulnerable.
Dinkelman? Oh.
Dude, okay, those poor rabbits, man. So Elliot and Boo get mad at each other for all the lying and causing each other problems, and they decide to go their separate ways for about 5 minutes. So Elliot and Boo get back together and get the animals, including Mr. Weenie, who randomly decided to convert to being a wild animal, I guess. And together they all launch a full frontal assault on the hunters.
Send in Mr. Happy! Go, go, go!
All right, that's gotta be copyright infringement, right? I mean, that's a bullet bill. You can't tell me otherwise.
Oh, hey, Earl. Ain't that your truck? Oh, that's a bummer.
All right, I gotta admit, there's some good lines in this movie.
Don't mess with the boog step. Ah!
All right, Lorraine. Let's kiss this bear good night.
Holy shit, Elliot's a damn hero. Finally, another damn pro I can add to this list. Dude, this list fucking sucks.
How's it happen?
You all right, Elliot?
I'm a little lightheaded.
So the movie ends with Boog reuniting with Beth, but ultimately deciding to stay in the wild because I guess he likes the wild now. I don't know, I don't really feel like there was much development there, but whatever. But then they have an all-out rabbit fight, which again, what did the rabbits ever do to you, writer? What the fuck? And then we get a juicy post-credit scene, which by the way, this movie came out before the MCU, so technically they did post-credits first, I'm just saying. But it shows these two people kidnapping Shaw because after the battle, he looked like Sasquatch, and that was the only reason the two people were out there in the first place looking for Sasquatch, I guess. So let's review. Boog was a domesticated bear, and now he's not. Elliot was an outcast who smelled bad and had no friends, and now has a friend. So I guess that worked out for him. Shaw, our antagonist, didn't get arrested even though he should have from our dumbass sheriff who did nothing the entire movie, but he did get strapped onto the roof of the weird couples trailer, which I find poetic considering how we were first introduced to him. He is still out there though, so he could make a return. Now at the very end of this video, I'll go through what I find to be the lore of open season if I find there to be a lore at all, and I will also go through every note I've made about Elliot. But until that, let's get on with open season 2. So open season 2 begins as well as you'd expect, with Elliot compensating for something.
All right, Elliot, enough about your new rack already, man.
Like I never talk about anything else. Have you seen my new horns? They're completely natural. Oh, my rack is huge.
You know, I'm amazed at what these movies can get away with. I mean, this ain't Shrek by any means, but my god. But basically, somehow, Elliot pulled Giselle, and they're about to get married.
Oh, and Giselle, there's still some time if you'd rather be served some beefcake instead of the pansy loaf, if you know what I mean.
I don't generally go for venison, but girl, that dish is bad.
What?
Elliot is all the man I'll ever need.
That's so funny. So he's a fucking crybaby man-child. I love adding that to the list. And then once again, because apparently it's tradition now, they abuse the hell out of the rabbits with another rabbit fight.
It's been a whole year since we saw Mr. Weenie. Do you think he'll find our biscuit trail, Bob? Do you think he'll come back to us, Bob? Do you think Mr. Weenie's safe out there, Bob?
Again, Bob, seriously, are you okay? You gotta get out of this relationship, man. She's fucking crazy. So then the wedding happens and Elliot struggles to say I do, aka commitment issues. Once again, this is a really fun list I'm making.
No! It's the food of oppression!
What the fuck is going on?
Oh no, full moon!
Huh? So Mr. Weenie gets found by his original owner, so Boog and Elliot devise a plan to go and rescue him, completely avoiding the rest of the wedding and abusing the rabbits for like the 7th fucking time in this series. And then we meet our antagonist, I guess.
You know, Roberto, those doggy treats are filled with carbohydrates.
Alright.
Finally, old buddy!
Here we go.
Finally, it's been ages.
Actually, it's been exactly 1 year, Roger.
Finally, it's been ages.
It's gonna be a long week.
Okay. You're telling me I still have 2.5 movies to watch? To be 100% honest with you, I actually had a good time watching the first one, but this one is just weird so far. This definitely feels like a straight to VHS DVD sequel, which to be honest, it probably is. I just didn't care enough to check. So basically, little Poodle Man has PTSD from one time when he went to a garden and saw semi-wild animals and they gave him a little bump on his tail. So now he hates all wild animals and wants to domesticate them, I guess. I only say that because later in the movie he tries to get Mr. Weenie to roll over as torture. I'm 100% serious right now.
Hi there, folks. May I suggest you trying our famous pecan roll? I make them myself. They're inside for $1. 2 for $2.
Okay. So basically, Boog and Elliot go through this whole thing to rescue Mr. Weenie from the trailer, but they ultimately fail, which leads them to having a fight. Boog starts getting a little too close to Giselle, which makes Elliot angry and jealous, adding jealousy to the list. And then Elliot goes off on his own where he gets lost because he can't tell directions. Again, adding that to the list. Then the whole torture rollover scene happens, but Mr. Weenie and the porcupine dude escape without the help of any of the main characters. So I don't really get the point of the story so far.
Great. Even my roasting stick is weak and pathetic.
Okay, now that's just uncalled for. I'm not even trying to defend Elliot here, but that's just rude.
Giselle!
Okay, I take it back. Giselle's comment was justified. So the rest of the film takes place at this dog resort park thingy. It kind of reminds me of a Barbie's dream house, but in the middle of the woods and for dogs. I don't know, I didn't write this. But Boog and Giselle try sneaking in looking like dogs, which I guess works.
Hey there, pretty lady.
Who's he calling a lady? Oof.
Hi. Hello, baby. Mommy, you take care of that body for Rico, huh?
What is happening? Like, what is this?
Help! Somebody help us!
Scream all you like. The humans can't hear you from here.
What? What is this story? Why is everyone sneaking in when no one was taken? Mr. Weenie already escaped. And now Giselle and the Scottish Squirrel Man, who everyone thinks is a female dog, are trapped by the Poodle Man for no reason.
Ready have.
Oh, but you already have it.
What are you doing?
It's Mrs. Fabiano.
Am I losing my mind, or is it the movie?
I'm here to rescue my lady, kick butt, and take names. What's your name? Wow. Did anybody see that coming?
Elliot, you fucking suck, bro.
And without my huge rack, I felt like less of a buck.
Come on.
During our wedding, there was the whole incident with the other woman.
Another woman? I can't even handle one.
Speak for yourself, amigo.
What? So Boog comes in on the water slide, which I feel might be a staple in every one of these movies, that there has to be some water action chase scene. And then when trying to escape, these Barbie-looking security guards literally come out of nowhere to try to stop them, I guess. And then Mr. Weenie's owners learn that he's at the event, I guess. I don't really know anymore.
Hey, where's the fire? Oh boy, there it is.
Jesus Christ!
Hey, Chet, I'm calling it a day, huh?
Hey, Ron. Hey, Billy. That hurt.
But then the Poodle Man gets the button to turn on all the shock collars and presses it without knowing that all the shock collars were on him, and then literally fucking dies. Then Mr. Weenie decides last minute that he wants to go back to his original owners instead of staying in the wild, which literally defeats the whole purpose of the movie, but he reunites with the mental patient that is this woman. And then Elliot talks to Giselle, apologizing to her and saying that he does indeed want to get married, because I guess throughout this movie he learned about the power of commitment. I guess.
Giselle, I love you.
You said it! I love you, Elliot!
Oh, I guess he didn't die.
Close to you. Sing it, Bob.
Okay, Bob, let's fucking go. My respect for this man has gone up exponentially. He does still need to leave his wife, though. I'm sorry.
Close to you! Ooh, that just ain't right.
Ah, come on!
So that was open season 2. Let's review. So this was definitely more Elliot's movie, and he went from a character scared of commitment to not scared, which to be honest, I did not see a glimpse of that arc happen in this movie. As for Boog, he was kind of just there. I mean, he was Mr. Steal Your Girl for about 5 minutes, even though that wasn't true. And that's about it. I thought since he was the one who went from the domestic life to the wildlife in the last movie, this movie would be perfect for him since the entire story was about Mr. Weenie teeter-tottering his 2 lives. But I don't know. And then there was no Shaw, which sucks. He was at least a villain in the last movie, unlike Poodle Man in this one. Overall, I'd say I'm surprised there are still 2 more movies for me to watch after this, but I'm committed to seeing this franchise through to the end and discovering if Elliot has any redeeming qualities, because as of right now, my crush's comparison is still heavily an insult. But let's see if Open Season 3 can change that.
I'm a real wild one, wild one, wild one, wild one, wild one.
So the third movie begins with Boog trying to get all of his friends to go on this boys trip that they all said they could go on, but end up bailing on him. And yes, the rabbits get abused as per usual. The big twist of this movie though is that Elliot is now a father, and a big part of this movie is him trying to be a good father, which I can tell you right now, he isn't. In fact, he literally tries to pawn them off to Boog so that he doesn't have to take care of them. Anyway, so Boog and Elliot get into a fight once again because Elliot can't go on the boys trip, so Boog decides to go by himself.
Who am I kidding? This whole thing was a bad idea.
Dude, stop fucking bullying the rabbits. Oh my god. 3 movies of this. 3.
Now all we need are the balloons and you'll be ready to go.
Dude, this guy can't catch a break. Honestly, it's not even funny. I feel bad for him. But anyway, while Boog is in the store, he notices a poster for the circus. And out of nowhere, he feels that is his true calling and decides to check it out. I guess it is similar to what he did in the first movie. Whatever. And that's where we meet the new characters.
Dog, why do you always let me down?
Okay, I'm sorry, that is not a fucking bear. I'll be honest, the animation has definitely gotten worse over the 3 movies, but I've never had a problem with the character models. But whatever this is gonna give me nightmares.
I'm telling you, Alistair, one of these days, I'm gonna give that diva a piece of my mind.
Alright, I have to say it. Fuck Alistair. He is one of the most annoying characters I've ever seen on television. First and foremost, he's an alpaca, and they utilize the fuck out of the fact that alpacas spit by making him spit every time he speaks. It's gross. And all he does in the movie is complain and whine that he has no friends and has no purpose in life.
You're the yin to my yang. What? No. I was thinking more like you're the yin to help me get yout.
So this is Doug, a bear who wants to leave the circus and go live out in the wild, which ironically is the exact opposite of what Boog wants to do right now. And get this, if you comb the hair shader on Doug, he looks exactly like Boog. I think you can see where the story's going.
Oh, Mr. Weenie, Mommy's going to miss you so much.
No, get this woman off of my screen. Bob is fine, but this bitch crazy. I'm sorry. Anyway, so Mr. Weenie and the rest of the domesticated animals see the circus on TV and think that that's Boog and devise a plan to save him.
Let's go save him. Oh, I want to go save him. Oh, please, 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 please.
We must hurry.
Okay, I know we haven't seen much of Alistair yet, but I would take this fuck over Alistair any day of the week. I would.
But I'll come back tomorrow night, and you, me, and Ursa will go on a kind of...
Bears trip?
Yeah, sure. Bear's trip.
So Boog and Doug decide to go full Parent Trap, Garfield A Tale of Two Kitties, even that random episode of Clone Wars where Jar Jar assumed the role of the Gungan guy because they look the same, and they switch places. And Doug tries to fit in and, more importantly, take over the wild, while Boog learns how to dance and get with the girl bear, who is not a bear. I mean, she's an abomination. I'm not even gonna apologize. Look at that. Ugh, I think these movies are starting to get to me. What am I doing here? What am I watching?
Maybe I should go talk to him.
Hold it right there, big fella.
You're absolutely right. Boog is a real friend.
I thought this would be a good time to add a little detail about Elliot. First of all, after this scene, I have to add a trait that he is insane. But also, before watching this movie, I wanted to see if any of the voice actors had changed. And, well, Elliot's voiced by a woman in this one. Now, you can take that as one of two things. Either that Elliot has a really girly voice, which would not necessarily bode well for me, or that the actress playing him has a really good, strong, muscular, manly voice. Now, with those two options in mind, I mean, come on, look at this list. We need a win, please. Stupid.
I see a little drop of moisture on your upper brow.
Alistair, get the fuck away from me. I swear to all that is good. So Boog gets closer to the woman bear and reveals to her that he's actually Boog, while Doug officially takes over the wild. And then this scene happens.
And a one, and a two.
What?
Boogie, what about the guy's chat?
Huh? Yeah. Ursa and I need to practice.
Boog, why are you saying that so seductively? Dude, this is the horniest bear. I would say that at least he's going for his own kind, but again, is this really a bear? Really? But anyway, so Elliot and the wild animals figure out that Doug is in fact not Boog and rebel, and then go on a mission to save Boog.
Wish I had a friend like that. Wait, I do have a friend like that.
That is the most disgusting way to remember one of your friends. I am so serious right now. So Elliot and the animals meet up with Mr. Weenie and they go to the circus to save Boog, even though he didn't need any saving at all. Then there's this whole montage of the circus where the animals are messing it up, but also not. And then Elliot and Boog reunite and make up, and that leads to the final plot point of the movie, which is that the circus will be going back to Russia. So Boog has to make a decision if he wants to go with the girl bear and join the circus, or if he wants to stay with Elliot and his friends in the wild.
Best friends want each other to be happy. So if she makes you happy, then you should be with her.
You're awesome, Dad. Yeah.
Okay, see, I want to put good dad as a pro on Elliot's list, but Alistair, will you shut the fuck up? Shut up. To be honest, Elliot did not have any growth this movie, even though the movie says he did. He literally whined and complained the entire movie, and then at the very end does a full 180 and go, oh yeah, I love you, man. You know, you do you. Like, no, I'm not giving you that movie. I'm not. But Doug comes back and makes up with Alistair, which allows Boog to go home, and also with the woman bear as well. Because even though her only arc in this movie was that her passion was the circus, she would leave that in an instant for love. Take notes, kids. That's how life works. But the movie ends with the boys finally going on the road trip and singing on the road again. That's how it ends.
Thank you for making me feel welcome.
All right, ladies, look alive.
Yeah. Oh, arrest me, officer.
What? Are you fucking kidding me? There have been so few good qualities I've given Elliot, one of them being dancing. And here we see every character can dance equally as well. When you're the only one who can do something, that means you're good at it. But if everyone can do it, then it becomes the norm, which means him being able to dance isn't a standout quality for Elliot. That just canceled out one of his only redeeming qualities.
Okay, everybody.
No, Alistair, fuck off. No. He literally talks and shows random pictures of him and Doug going on the circus for the whole credits. I can't. No. So that was Open Season 3. Let's review. I'll be 100% honest with you. I do think this one was better than the second one because this one actually had somewhat of a plot. That said, The new characters really did me in. And the worst part is, Elliot got no redeeming qualities in this one. He was just his same old self, with the only plus being that he was kind of a good dad, which I don't actually find to be true. I mean, again, at the beginning of the movie, he wanted to bail on his kids. We're in a dark place now. We only have one more movie that can turn my opinion around. One final chance at redemption for Elliot, which may be my only chance to see my crush's comparison as a compliment. It's time to watch the final movie, Open Season Scared Silly.
It was a dark and stormy night. The storm was electrical, no rain. Too bad, because we could use some.
Okay, now hold on a minute. Just within the first 2 minutes, the vibe has shifted. The animation is clearly better. There's already a certain tone to the movie, which frankly, I don't think the last two had. And if that's Elliot's voice I'm hearing, that's a damn good voice, and that's already a plus.
I'm pretty vulnerable out here. I'm just a doe, a deer, a female deer.
Okay, so it's not perfect, but it's already better than the first two.
That's none other than the Wheeling Wumpus Werewolf!
Who can protect us?
I can!
Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. So to start off, this movie is a prequel to the third movie, because I read it somewhere. And also, Elliot's kids are not in this. But it starts off with Elliot telling a story about a werewolf that no one believes to be true except Boog, who is scared silly.
Let's take a short intermission. There's refreshments at the lake, and by that, I mean you can drink the lake, which is refreshing.
I shouldn't have fucking laughed at that, dude. What's happening to me? So basically, Boog and Elliot have been planning this trip, which if I use my detective skills is probably the boys' trip from the third movie. But Boog is now too scared of the werewolf to go. He talks about how he's still not fully used to the wild because he grew up domestically, which, thank you! There were 2 whole movies where they never even mentioned the thing that started it all. I can definitely tell the movie is trying to return to its roots, which after the last 2 movies is really refreshing.
You expect me to relax when a werewolf is after me?
But you promised you'd go. And when you make a promise to a friend, that's a promise to the end. Because you never, ever abandon your friend.
Okay, like, this is a great take, Elliot, don't get me wrong, but I know what you're like in the third movie, so I don't know if I can give that to you.
Mr. Weenie!
What are you doing out here? My beloved owner, Bobby, is gone. So is Bob, who I get along with, but I'm not as close to.
Whoa, 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 don't you dare disrespect my man Bob, Mr. Weenie. Don't you remember he's got the voice of an angel?
Elliot?
Yeah, Boog?
Don't tell anyone I'm afraid of the werewolf.
Don't worry. We're speaking in the pine cone of silence. Guess what, everybody? Boog is afraid of the werewolf.
Okay, yeah, he's still a bad friend, but only kinda, because for the next part of the movie, Elliot devises a plan to get Boog to face his fears by intentionally scaring him, which honestly does have good intentions, so I will give Elliot the benefit of the doubt on this one.
Come on, tree huggers!
Dude, Shaw's back. They really returned to their roots on this one. This is definitely in line with the first one.
Here's nature in all its gory. Oops, I mean glory.
Ooh, awesome.
Mr. Shaw, exactly how long have you been a nature guide?
I feel like this is what most people think liberals are like. But anyway, so Shaw and the animals both see what they think is the werewolf, and Shaw immediately goes to reopen Open Season, which is actually a really good touch to this movie as to why Shaw hasn't been around. Open Season was outlawed.
Okay, the meeting is called to order.
All right, Sheriff, welcome back. Are you actually going to do something this time around? And why is Shaw able to speak at this? Was he never arrested for the attempted shooting at the event in the first movie?
I drew a detailed sketch.
I was skeptical of werewolves until I saw the drawing.
Okay, Open Season is reopened.
Sheriff, are you kidding me? This man has never done anything right in any of these movies. Anyway, Elliot and Boog agree that if they can catch the werewolf before Shaw does, they might be able to outlaw Open Season again.
Wakey, wakey. Hello, Lorraine. Mwah. I know you've been holed up here too long.
Okay, I thought Negan was crazy with his bat, but this is just overly sensual.
Come on down to Ed and Edna's Poutine Palace, home of the Big Bird. Hey, Ed, what's poutine?
Funny you should ask, Edna.
Did I have a stroke? Also, why do these pictures keep changing? First William Shatner's on this side, and then on this side, and now he's here. What is it? What's happening here?
Open Season is open again.
Shaw is back in action. Oh.
What?
You may enter, but I must warn you, what you are about to see can't be unseen. The wiener dog is right.
You're weird, Elliot.
Weird like a fox. Ah, the horror! The food bowl is empty.
Literally my dog every second of every day. She'll say the bowl's empty even if it's full. So Shaw recruits his old buddies, Nightmare Face 1 and Nightmare Face 2, literally looking like Wallace and Gromit, the dirtier the better. And then Elliot and Boog steal Shaw's plane to get a better view of the forest. Yes, you heard that correct.
Okay, Serge, take over.
Take over?
Yeah, you said you could fly.
My apologies. We can fly, just not a plane.
Are you afraid of plane crashes?
I've always had a fear of plane crash, but I thought being in one was impossible since I'm a bear.
Nothing is impossible if you believe in yourself.
This is so stupid. I shouldn't be laughing.
Now it's personal.
How did a werewolf get a pilot's license?
What?
If we don't get rid of the werewolf, open season stays open. And we're not quitters. Did the mighty dodo bird give up when it went extinct? Did the Titanic call it quits when it hit the ice cream truck?
Where are you going with this, Elliot?
It's an emulgagy.
Analogy.
That too.
So they decide to try and lure the werewolf by making Boog a girl, which I gotta say, they do that a lot in this franchise. A lot of changing genders, dressing like the opposite sex. I can't tell if these are all supposed to be jokes or if this franchise was low-key super progressive for its time. I don't know. But then Shaw finds Boog and Elliot and chases them, and it turns into an exact replica of Temple of Doom. Well, like literally shot for shot, it's Temple of Doom. Meanwhile, Mr. Weenie, for no real reason, thinks he is the werewolf and does this.
As the werewolf blood courses through, my puppy dog eyes will burn blood red at last. I am the werewolf. Mr. Weenie is no more.
Okay, I can't even lie. This was a banger. I can't lie, this was a true banger. Easily the best song of the whole series. So the movie ends with a huge battle between Shaw and the animals, just like the first movie. But this time, Boog stands up and saves Elliot rather than Elliot saving him, facing his fear. And in the process, completely fucking up Shaw and winning the day.
Nice shooting, Sheriff.
Yes! Fucking finally! Thank you for finally doing something, Sheriff.
Open season is closed permanently. Boog? Thought I recognized your work. You know, you're always welcome to come back home. I understand. You are home. Take care of yourself, Boog.
Okay, that was surprisingly wholesome. It kind of made it full circle. I almost wish Beth came back one last time too. But at the very, very end, the real werewolf shows up, and Elliot, in true Elliot fashion, does a Star-Lord dance battle to best the werewolf, and the werewolf likes it, and they become friends.
And everybody lived happily ever after, except for Mr. Weenie. Bobby lives!
Surprise, Mr. Weenie! When Bob says it's Mr. Weenie's birthday, and I say, gee, Bob, do you ever quit talking? Are you excited to see him, Bob? Oh, Bob is so excited, he's speechless.
You know, as much as I was hating on her, I'm actually really glad she came back. Though I'm still of the opinion that Bob needs to leave her and get out of that toxic relationship as fast as possible.
And so everybody did live happily ever after, including Mr. Weenie. The end.
Just one more time.
No.
Huh? So that was the last open season movie, and I gotta be honest with you, that might be my favorite one. It had all the best parts of the first movie with enough new things sprinkled in. The animation was good, the music was good, and the characters had actual arcs. But now for the deer in the room. Elliot. Over the course of 4 movies, he's had a lot of ups and downs. From roadkill, to being a hero, to commitment issues, to being weak and pathetic. But in this movie, he actually had some good traits. He was courageous, he was fearless, he was strong, he had a good sounding voice. And for the first time in this whole series, he was a true and honest, good friend. He was actually a good guy in this movie, almost to the point where I could say, based on this movie, the comparison my freshman year crush made about me with him could in fact be a compliment. So, editing this, I realized one very important thing. One thing that completely changed my outlook on this whole video. While I liked Elliot's character the best in Scared Silly, I found out the movie originally came out in 2015. A full year after the Starbucks conversation. So all of Elliot's redeeming qualities from this movie are void. But you know, I think that's okay. You know, I was thinking about this for a while because I thought watching these movies would maybe change how I felt about the comment my crush made to me all those years ago. And now it just feels the same. But the sad truth is that I didn't want to admit is that she wasn't wrong. Back in 2014, I was a small, skinny guy who wasn't that strong. I whined and complained all the time, which I know I still do now, shush. And I wasn't always a great friend. I let my friends down here and there. I mean, shit, I tried complimenting my crush by saying she reminded me of a male character. So of course she would compare me to someone that isn't that great. I wasn't that great back then. And that's the key. Like her with Elliot, she never got to see how much I've grown since then, how far I've come. I shouldn't be thinking about what someone thought of me 10 years ago, nor should I be thinking about what people think of me now. That said, as much as he isn't perfect, I think I will take that comparison to Elliot as a compliment, because at the end of the day, he did become a good character, just like how I want to be in my life. So you know what? It's her loss that she compared me to Elliot at the time and never got to see what he became, his true potential, just like how she never got to see my potential, who I am now, who I became. That is her loss. Unless she always liked Elliot despite his flaws. And I was just oblivious to her complimenting me at the time. I didn't think of that. Whatever. Oh, I almost forgot. What should the fifth movie be about? To be honest, I don't think there needs to be a fifth one. And that's not me hating on the franchise. I did genuinely enjoy the first and last movie. But if Scared Silly was really a prequel to the third one, then the third one ends with Elliot being married with kids and Boog getting with the woman bear, which I do not need to see the disgusting cubs that they will eventually create. I don't need to see that. I don't want to see that. What does the site even say the fifth one's about? Wait, live action CGI remake? Wait, it's not even a sequel. What even is this site? Is this a legitimate site? Did I just make this video for no reason? I don't think this is real. Okay. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was really random, but I had a lot of fun making it. And by the way, this is a true story. I literally said my crush reminded me of Thumper, and she said I reminded her of Elliot. This is a real story. So I hope you guys got a little kick out of that. But anyway, let me know what you guys saw of this video. If you liked it, if you hated it, let me know what you think of the open season franchise, because honestly, I liked half of it. But let me know what you guys think. If you want to watch another video of mine, YouTube says this is probably the best one for you. So, you know, go check it out. Or don't. I'm not your mother. I can't control you. Anyway, much love guys, and I'll see you in the next video.